مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ahmed Abu Al-Ala with you, a new lesson of grade 11. Our lesson today is reading. وَإِن تُطِيعُوهُ تَهْتَدُوا عليه الصلاة والسلام. If you obey him, you shall be on the right guidance.
قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء، قسما بمن نشر الضياء، قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء. سيروا على نهج الهدى، سيروا وعلى ضياء الأنبياء. قطر بقلب سيرة عز وأمجاد الإباء. قطر الرجال الأولين، حماتنا يوم النداء، وحمائم يوم السلام، جوارح يوم الفداء. قطر الرجال الأولين، حماتنا يوم النداء، وحمائم يوم السلام، جوارح يوم الفداء. قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء، قسما بمن نشر الضياء. قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء.
Reading. Exercise A. Discuss in pairs or in groups. Read the following paragraph and say what device you think fits this description. Then decide what problems faced by humanity today this technology might help us solve. In 1964, Arthur C. Clarke, a British science fiction writer, made various predictions about the future that didn't fall far from the truth. Among his predictions was the invention of a device, which he called the replicator machine. He believed that this invention would end all invention because it would enable anyone who owned it to create or produce anything he or she desired. So, what you may ask exists today that fits this description? Now quickly read the rest of the text and see if your predictions were correct. And you will listen to the text while you are reading.
(5B) Reading.
The future today. A
3D printer, of course. Although the 3D printers available today have not quite met Clark's expectations, they have come a long way since manufacturers first started using them in the 1980s in the production of plastic and metal objects. Experimentation has since spread to fields of study such as medicine, education, architecture, and food production, and the developments that are occurring look extremely promising. The materials that are currently being used in place of ink range from substances that are edible to human cells. These developments are proof that in the near future we will be using 3D printing to solve some of the serious problems we face today. One of the biggest problems that humankind faces today is the growing number of hungry people in the world. From a world population of 7.7 billion, approximately 1 billion do not have enough to eat. To make matters worse, the UN predicts that this number will grow as the world population rises to an estimated 9.8 billion by 2050. To feed this growing population, we will have to double our food production between now and 2050. This is difficult, if not impossible, given the rate at which the environment is being destroyed. The solution to world hunger and our growing food needs may, however, lie in using 3D printing technology. In 2013, NASA, America's space agency, provided financial resources to the Systems and Materials Research Corporation to develop a 3D printer that prints food. NASA hopes that this technology will help them solve the problem of transporting, storing, and preserving large quantities of food during long-distance space missions, such as the one to Mars, which is scheduled for the early 2030s. A device has since been built that can 3D print all types of food, such as pizza, pasta, sushi, cheese, peanut butter, and even broccoli. The researchers behind the 3D printer claim that this technology is clean and time-efficient and reduces food waste. Firstly, ingredients stay fresh for a long time. This is because they are stored in small cartridges in powder form. This helps to preserve the vitamins and nutrients in them and keep them fresh for up to 30 years. Another advantage is that the nutritional content of the powder can be changed to meet each person's dietary requirements. In addition, the powdered form of the ingredients permits the use of alternative sources of food, such as algae and beet leaves, which are rich in protein and minerals, as they can be dried and mixed with other ingredients to create tasty products. So, how can this technology help the world starving? The biggest challenges faced by charities trying to feed the hungry include the cost of transporting large quantities of food, the serious risk of the food spoiling during transportation, and the increased nutritional needs of a hungry person. 3D food printing solves all three. The food cartridges, which are small in size and nutrient stable, are much easier and cheaper to transport than conventional food items. Besides this, their content can be made not only more nutritious, but also therapeutic to fight illness and restore health.
Read the text again for questions from 1 to 10. Decide whether the statements are true, A, or false, B, and then indicate which paragraph from A to E justifies your choice. There is always only one correct answer. Now, number 1, NASA is planning on using the 3D food printing technology on a mission to a planet that is far away. This sentence is true or false. and tell us which paragraph. Okay, it is true, and it is in paragraph C. Number 2, the population is expected to rise by about 2 billion by 2050. True or false? It is true. Which paragraph? B. Number 3. 3D printers were used in the field of medicine in the 1918s. True or false? And mention the paragraph. It is false. Paragraph A. Number 4. The device created to point food presently creates a limited range of things that are safe to eat. True or false? It is false, and it is in paragraph E. Number 5. The vitamin and mineral requirements of people suffering from hunger are above normal. It is true, and it is paragraph D. Number 6, the disadvantage of using a 3D printer to make food is that it takes a lot of time. True or false? It is false, and it is in paragraph D. Number 7, to feed the existing population, we need to produce twice as much food as we currently are. True or false? It is false, and it is in paragraph B. Number 8, 3D printers exists and were already in use at the end of the 20th century. True or false? It is true, and it is in paragraph A. Number 9, the food cartridges can contain ingredients to treat people with health problems. It is true, in paragraph E. Number 10, the contents of a food cartridge can stay fresh for more than 30 years. It is true or false? It is false, and it is in paragraph D. And now we will look at the highlighted words in the texts and match them with their meanings from A to J. Then check your answers using dictionary. Number one, manufacturer. Number one, manufacturer. Try to match with its meaning on the right from A to J. Manufacturer. It is D. A company that produces things in large numbers. Number two, proof. Number two, edible. E. That is safe to eat. Number three, proof matching with F. Information that shows that something is true. Number four, financial. Number A, relating to money. Number five, preserve. It is H. To keep something from going off or going bad. Number six, schedule. Matching with J. Arrange it. Plan it. Number seven, content. It is B. The quantity of a particular substance found in something. Number eight, dietary. I. Relating to the food and drink that you usually consume. Number nine, spoil. G. To go off or to go bad. Number 10, therapeutic. C. Designed to heal or treat a disease. Now, exercise E. Provide a written response to the following questions in your own words. Use information from the text to support your answers. Why does the writer say that the 3D printers that exist today haven't met Clark's expectations? The answer is, the writer says this because the invention that Clark envisioned was a lot more advanced than the technology that exists today. He predicted that this device would enable the person who was in possession of it to create or produce anything he or she desired. Although we have made a lot of progress in the development of this technology, and many fields are experimenting with 3D printing, we haven't as yet reached the point where printing whatever we desire is possible. Number 2, 3D printing food is claimed to reduce food waste. How can this be so? Firstly, the ingredients used in 3D food printing are stored in a powdered form in cartridges. Unlike fresh produce, which goes bad very quickly, the powdered substance lasts for a very long time. The writer mentions that it can stay fresh for up to 30 years. In addition, printing the food when, where, and in the exact quantity in which it is needed can significantly reduce wastage. Number 3, what is the writer's attitude towards 3D printing? It is clearly evident that the writer views 3D printing favorably. His or her attitude is expressed through the words and details that he or she has selected to talk about the subject. He or she states that 3D printing will go a long way towards helping us solve some of the serious problems we face today. He or she then discusses the problem of food shortages and builds an argument in which he or she proves that 3D printing will help us solve this problem. He or she clearly states that food printing is clean and time efficient, and that is reduce food waste. In addition, he or she mentions that the powdered substance in the cartridge is nutrient stable and that it can be made to have a higher nutrient content and can be used to administer medication. Discuss in pairs or in groups. Would you eat food that has been 3D printed? Why and why not? Do you know of any developing technologies? If yes, what problems do you think they will help solve? If you could solve one problem that humanity faces today, what would it be and why? Eating food that has been printed doesn't sound very appetizing to me. For this reason, I would be very reluctant to try it. This is example for the answer, but I think that you can answer another answers or point of view. This is example for the second question. Well, self-driving or autonomous cars are currently being developed. They promise to save hundreds of thousands of lives, as car accidents are among the top causes of accident-related death. The third, I think if I could solve one problem that humanity faces today, it would be the clean water problem. The availability of clean drinking water is increasingly threatened, and a future water crisis might very well be on the horizon. Thank you for you, and meet you soon inshallah.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.